إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الحج حج محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. We continue after a long time due to taking a break for our dauras, as well as stopping to take time to study the ahkam of fasting from the book al-Fiqh al-Muyassar. We continue with al-Wajeez Sharh Asma'illah al-Husna, the concise explanation of the beautiful names of Allah. And what's sad is that we will probably be taking a break for another month from this book after today due to the entrance of Ramadan, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, that we make it. Bi'idhnillah, we make it. Although it's very close, there are those of us who may not make it. Allah, we ask you to allow us to reach Ramadan. Previously, from the names that we discussed, after discussing the fruits of Allah, the fruits of knowing the names of Allah, and that they are not limited to 99, and that what is the greatest name of Allah, right? We discussed the name Allah, al-Ilah, al-Rabb, al-Rahman, al-Rahim, al-Muhaymin, al-Qudus, al-Khabeer, al-Bari, al-Khaliq, al-Khallaq, and al-Mutakabbir. So we discussed previously those 12 names. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And today we're going to read, inshallah ta'ala, 2, perhaps 3 more. The first of them is al-Jabbaar. Al-Jabbaar. Al-Jabbaar, normally we might see it being translated as something like the compeller. At least this is what I remember, the compeller. But as we'll see, it has a vaster meaning than that. قال الله تعالى, Allah the Most High, He said, al-Aziz al-Jabbar al-Mutakabbir. And this is in Surah al-Hashr, ayat number 23. And these 3 ayat, as we said, the last 3 ayat from Surah al-Hashr are very important for us. We should be memorizing them as they contain a number, I believe 16 names of Allah. In these 3 ayat, I believe there are 16 names. And we've already used this ayat as a proof a number of times before. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, al-Mutakabbir, Allah, right? And we're going to use it again in the next name, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So it's important for us to memorize these three ayat and use them in our salat and use them in our dua. Use these names in our duas. So Allah says He is al-Aziz, al-Jabbar, al-Mutakabbir. Al-Jabbaru huwa alladhi yaqharu al-Jabbabira. Al-Jabbar, He is the one, huwa alladhi, He is the one, yaqharu, who takes over, who dominates, who gains a victory. Qahara, yaqharu, to dominate, to gain a victory, to overtake. Al-Jabbabira. Al-Jabbabira comes from the same root as Jabbar, Jim, Ba, Ra, and it means the tyrants, the giants, right? Those who are haughty and not just anybody, but the biggest ones from amongst them. The biggest ones from amongst them, the giants, the tyrants, the oppressors. It's the plural of Jabbar. وَيَغْلِبُهُمْ. And this has a similar meaning to يَقْهَرُ, يَغْلِب, to overtake and to overpower. وَيَغْلِبُهُمْ بِجَبَرُوتِهِ وَعَظَمَتِهِ. And He overtakes them with His Jabarut. His Jabarut is His power, His mightiness. وَعَظَمَتِهِ is similar to this, His power, His mightiness. He overtakes them with His mightiness. وَكُلُّ Jabbarin, and every Jabbar, which is a mighty tyrant, giant, all of those. وَإِنْ عَظُمَ, and every Jabbar, وَإِنْ عَظُمَ, even if he is getting bigger or better, or no matter how big and great he is, فَهُوَ, then he is تَحْتَ قَهْرِ اللَّهِ وَجَبَرُوتِهِ. Then he is under the power of Allah, the qahr, the power of Allah, and His jabarutihi, His strength or His might. Give me 1 second. Amir came in. I'm going to pull him up. Wal-Jabbaru, and al-Jabbar, alladhi, as we'll see now, we might have seen the compeller or the overpower, the one who overtakes something and forces something. Here we see from this point on, al-Jabbar, alladhi yujbiru al-quluba. He's the one who yujbiru, meaning to restore, to bring back to its natural state or health, the hearts. He brings back, or He restores the al-qulub al-munkasara, the hearts which are broken. Wa-du'afa, and the weak ones. Wal-ajaza, or ajiza, Ajiza meaning incapable, the ones that have been dominated and given up hope, right? Though that type of heart. وَالْجَبَّارِ الَّذِي يُجْبِرُ الْقُلُوبَ الْمُنْكَسَرَ وَالدُّعَفَاء وَالْعَجِزَ. He is the one who restores, brings back to sound and good health the broken hearts, the weak hearts, the incapable, the ones that have been dominated. وَكُلُّ men and everyone who latha bihi. Latha comes from lam waw dal, meaning to take refuge in. وَكُلُّ مَنْ لَاذَ بِهِ, everyone who takes refuge in him. وَلَجَأَ إِلَيْهِ, and laja'a is similar to this, latha, meaning to seek refuge, to go to him. Those people who come to America or any other country from another country as refugees, they're called laji'in. Laji'in, those who are seeking refuge. Right? So, وَكُلُّ مَنْ لَاذَ بِهِ وَلَجَأَ إِلَيْهِ. So everyone who sought refuge in him and sought refuge by turning and going to him. وَالْجَبَّارُ al-Ali, and al-Jabbaar, he is al-Ali ala kulli shay. He is al-Ali, he is over and above everything. Wal-Jabbaru, and al-Jabbaar, huwa al-Mutakabbir. He is al-Mutakabbir an kulli su. He is greater and above and mightier than every evil, wa naqs, or every deficiency, wa an yakuna lahu nid, and he is above there being for him a nid, a rival, wa mathil, or a mathil, a someone similar to him or like him, was sharik, or a partner. فَعَلَى الْعَبْدِ, so it is upon the worshipper, the person, and yahdara, to beware, min al-tajabbur, min al-tajabburi, meaning to become arrogant, meaning for him to become arrogant and proud and haughty. He has to beware of this, of thinking that he has this almighty strength and power and that he's this or that. وَمِن ta'ati, and from obeying kulli jabbarin anidin, and from obeying every person who thinks that they are mighty and strong, and they are anid, meaning they are anid being hard-headed and resistant, and there's a word but I can't think of it right now. Hard-headed, and this anid, stubborn. Every stubborn person who thinks that they're lofty and hardy and tough. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Are there any questions about al-Jabbaar? Al-Jabbaar, قال الله تعالى العزيز الجبار المتكبر. Al-Jabbaar هو الذي يقهر الجبابرة. The Jabbar, al-Jabbar, he is the one who overpowers those mighty and big, giant, colossal, tough people. وَيَغْلِبُهُمْ بِجَبَرُوتِهِ وَعَظَمَتِهِ, and he overtakes them with his power and his greatness. وَكُلُّ جَبَّارٍ, and every Jabbar, every great or tough, mighty tyrant. وَإِنْ عَظُمَ فَهُوَ تَحْتَ قَهْرِ اللَّهِ وَجَبَرُوتِهِ, then even no matter how great he becomes, he is still under the power of Allah and his might. وَالْجَبَّار, and al-Jabbaar is also الَّذِي يُجْبِرُ الْقُلُوبِ الْمُنْكَسَرَةَ وَالدُّعَفَاءَ وَالْعَجِزَةَ. He is the one who heals and rectifies the broken hearts, the weak, the incapable. وَكُلُّ مَنْ لَاذَ بِهِ وَلَجَأَ إِلَيْهِ, and everyone who seeks refuge with him and to him and by going to him. وَالْجَبَّار, and al-Jabbar, who he is al-Ali ala kulli shay, he is above everything else. وَالْجَبَّار هو المتكبر عن كل سوء ونقص, he is mighty and powerful above every evil and any type of shortcoming. وَأَنْ يَكُونَ لَهُ النِّدْ وَمَثِيلٌ وَشَرِيكٌ, and he is above having a partner or someone who is similar to him, or having a rival or someone similar to him, or a partner. فَعَلَى الْعَبْدِ, so it is upon the person, upon the worshipper, and يَحْضُرَ مِنَ التَّجَبُّرِ, to be careful of having this feeling of greatness and proudness and extreme strength. وَمِن طَاعَةِ كُلِّ جَبَّارٍ عَنِيدٍ, and from obeying every stubborn tyrant person like this. Any questions? MashaAllah. Tayyib. Go down here. Amr is with us. We'll let him go and read the next one. Al-Musawwir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
قال الله تعالى, subhanahu wa ta'ala says, al-Bari'ul Musawwir. Do you want, should I just skip this translation,
Yeah.
or do you want to?
Yeah, you can skip it.
Okay, in Surah Al-Hashr, ayat number 23. The meaning here about al-Musawwir. Al-Musawwiru huwa musawwirun al-ashya'i. And al-Musawwir here, it is musawwirun, yes, the fashioner, al-ashya'i, of things, wa markabiha,
Murakkibuha, murakkib, the one who puts them together. Murakkib.
Murakkibuha wa mushakkiluha.
No.
Their shaper. على هيئات مختلفة, upon different forms or appearances.
No.
وصور, wait. نعم, وصور, okay, وصور شتى, in various forms, من طول,
various images, surah, like a scene. Surah is the surah of the Quran. Surah is a picture, an image. Like you take a photo of someone with your phone or with a camera, it's a surah. Surah is the plural. Likewise, surah with a scene for the Quran, the plural is surah. Right? But here we have surah with a sad, meaning images or pictures. It could also mean forms.
Okay. وصور Um, Shetten. You have Shetten on there?
Yes.
Shetten.
But you would say shatta, but
Okay.
yes.
من طول وقصر, from tall to short. Okay.
No.
وحسن وقبح. I put from beautiful and ugly, but it is also for good and bad. Can it also mean that?
Sure, but it's I mean we're talking about an image here, so things which are beautiful and things which are not so beautiful, you know.
No.
There's things that in creation they might be amazing, you know, but that don't mean they're not ugly, you know. You know what I mean? So
So is this from adab to like avoid trying to say ugly or?
I mean I just said it, but I mean I don't want to say something's ugly, but you know, necessarily, but
Mhm.
the word exists, you know, the word exists.
Okay. وذكورة وأنوثة, from males and females. وهو الذي خلق النفوس في الأرحام, and he is the one that created the here nufus. I'm not sure if it is souls. Is it people?
No, it's souls,
Souls in the
yeah,
wombs.
in the wombs. Yeah, he creates the souls inside the wombs. He has the angels breathe the souls into the wombs, right?
Hmm.
This is al-Musawwir, right? This is al-Musawwir, the one who, right, who yusawwir al-ashya, the one who makes an image for everything. He fashions it. He gives it an image. Wa murakkibuha, he puts that image together, right? Wa mushakkiluha, and shapes it. Ala hayatin mukhtalifatin, upon different appearances. Was suwarin shatta, and different images, different shapes. Min tulin wa qasr, some are tall, some are short. Wa hasan wa qubh, or qubh, and some of them are nice, and some of them are not so nice. Some of them are beautiful, and some of them are ugly. Wa dhukuratin wa unuthatin, and some of them are male, and some of them are female. وهو الذي خلق النفوس في الأرحام. He's the one who creates the souls in their wombs, or in the wombs. This is al-Musawwir. Well, to everyone who came in, wa alaikum salam. Any questions about al-Musawwir? طيب. You're with us, Amir. Let's do al-Khabeer.
هل يمكنك أنت تقرأ؟
طيب. al-Khabeer. Al-Khabeer قال الله تعالى. And here we have a different set of ayat. We're getting out of those three ayat from Surah Al-Hashr. بل كان الله بما تعملون خبيرا. Rather, Allah is what they do khabira, all seeing or all knowing. Al-Khabir, as we're going to see, has something to do with knowing and seeing and being aware. Al-Khabir. In Arabic, we have a word called khabar, which is information, right? Akhbar, that's the news, right? Akhbar is the news. Khabar is some information. Akhbar is the plural of khabar as well, right? So we have this al-Khabir. I'm trying to think of the word in Arabic for give me 1 second, I'll have it. Al-Khabir, the word khibra, khibra means experiences. Khibratun, experiences. Mean you have some information with you, so you're not just doing it. You're not just totally guessing. You have some khibra. You have some experience, some skills resulting from having some information already with you, right? Uh, the word I'm looking for. I can't think of it right now though. Ikhtibar is another good word for us from the same root. Ikhtibar. Ikhtibar meaning a test. They're testing your knowledge. You're testing your awareness of something, right? Uh, anyway, that's what I got. There was a word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it right now. Anyway, al-Khabeer has something to do with, we said, knowledge, awareness, seeing, right? Being all seeing, all hearing. All of this is included in al-Khabeer. To be all seeing, to be all hearing, to be all knowing, to be aware of everything, right? Al-Khabeer, huwa, he is al-alim. He is al-alimu. He is the one who knows. Bi bawatini al-umur. He knows the bawatin, the inner parts, from the word batin, or batin, bat, thought, noon, to mean inside, hidden matters. Bi bawatin al-umur wa khafayaha. Khafaya from khafaya, meaning secret, similar to bawatin. And as I said, when you're translating things, a lot of times they bring synonyms and it's difficult. So he is al-Khabeer, huwa alladhi huwa al-alimu bi bawatin al-umur wa khafayaha. He is the one who knows the inner matters, the inner matters. Like we have those books, we might have seen them before, the inner secrets of fasting. This is the word batin. The inner secrets of fasting, the inner secrets of salat, and so on, right? The inner parts of things, وَخَفَايَاهَا, and those things which are also hidden and kept secret. وَبِمَا, and with what, he also is knowledgeable of what, kana, of what was, وَمَا يَكُونَ, وَمَا يَكُونَ, and what will be. He knows what was and what will be. Right? And some people say, Bima kana, wa ma yakun, wa ma sayakun lo kana, or something like this. Right? And what would take place if it were to take place, but it's not taking place. He knows what took place, what will take place, and what would take place if it were to take place, even though it's not going to take place. So bima kana wa ma yakun. He knows what was and what will be. Then we have another angle of what it means. Wa yukhbiru, and he informs bi awaqib al-umur. Bi awaqib al-umur. He informs us of the ends of matters. Of the ends of matters. He tells us what is the end of it, what is the outcome, what is the result, right? What is the outcome and what is the result? Awaqib, the plural of aqiba, the end. Wa ma'aliha, wa ma tasiru ilayh. وَمَعَالِهَا, I'm trying to find a good word for that. Give me a second. That word is I don't have a good word for ma'aliha. So you have to give me a second here. You got one, Amr, or anybody in the room? For ma'al.
Can it be to fall into or to lead to result?
Um, I don't think so. I'm trying. I got a word. I mean, I got an idea in my head, but I'm just trying to find a word. I don't have that word in my head as far as like a good word.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I don't know why I can't. I don't know why I can't. Be awakib al umur. It's like a brain freeze on me for right now. Muawiyah. Maybe he has a word for us. That's the something. Same thing with ilallahil ma'al. Ma'al. You have a word for ma'al?
To return.
Yeah, I guess that's where is that what's in the Quran? Ma'al. Is that how
No,
it's translated?
right here.
Well,
One of
ilallahi ma'al. That's what it means. It means to the end, or the well, ilallahi al ma'al, meaning it's to him. To him is the end of things. Be awaqib al umur, by the end or the results. Wa ma'al, and to him is the, and he also inform you of the, I guess, the finality of them, the similar to awaqib, but I don't know why I can't think of a good word for it. Ilallahi al ma'al, to Allah is the ma'al, the uh it's a masdar. Its masdar is, or comes from alif waw lam. Let's look it up. Alif waw lam. Its root is alif waw lam.
oh,
And end, outcome, final issue, result, consequence. It's similar to awaqib. Be awaqib al-umur wa ma'aliha wa ma tasiru ilay. And what you are going to, what you tasiru, sara yasiru, meaning what you are traveling towards, what you are moving towards. So he knows all of that. وَيُخْبِرُ بِأَوَاقِبِ الْأُمُورِ. He informs us of the end in the final of matters, the results, and what you are traveling to. Meaning, are you going to Jannah? Are you going to Jahannam? Al-Khabeer. Again, here is another aspect of al-Khabeer. Al-Khabeer bi masalihi al-ashya wa madariha. Mudariha. He is the al-Khabeer bi masalih, of what is masalih, what is the better, what is the good of matters. Masalih, what is good for certain matters, what is the good of them, what is going to bring rectification of the matters, what is going to fix them, what is going to make them better. What mudariha, and what will harm them, what will cause them to be uh, uh, worse. So this is al-Khabeer, who al-alam. He knows bibawatin al-umur wa khafayaha. He knows about the innermost parts of things and their hidden things. May not be the innermost, but they're hidden, right? Wa bima kana wa ma yakun, and what will be, or what was and what will be. ويخبر بأواقب الأمور ومآلها وما تسير إليه. He knows and he informs about the end results and where you're going, the outcome of them, and where you are heading towards. Al-Khabeer bi-masalih al-ashya. So if he knows what is hidden and what is innermost and what was and what will be, and if he knows the results of things, then he also knows what will bring about good for those things, what will bring about good for you, and what will bring about harm for you along the way. So it's not just that he knows everything and he's aware of everything, he sees everything, he hears everything, No, it's not just about that. Yes, he knows all of that. You can't hide anything from him, right? He knows the innermost matters, whether they're hidden or so deep, maybe you don't even know them. And he knows what was and what will be. And he knows the end results. He knows the outcomes. He knows where you're heading. So all of that could cause us maybe to fear. All of that could cause us maybe to fear him, because these names should be causing us to fear, should be causing us to hope, should be causing us to love, as that's what those fear, hope, and love are, aspects of ibadah that we should be joining between. But these facts that Allah knows everything inside, the innermost parts. He knows the secrets. He knows what was. He knows what will be. He knows the ends. He knows the outcomes. He knows the results. He knows where we're headed. All of that could cause us to fear him. But this next and last sentence could cause us to have hope and to love him. وَالْخَبِيرْ بِمَصَالِحِ الْأَشْيَاءِ وَمَضَارِهَا. And he also knows what is good, what will rectify our situation. He doesn't just know all of that. He also knows what's good for us and what's bad for us, right? So he tells us, he informs us of what is good, what will help us to fix our situation along the way, and what will harm our situation along the way on this path that we're traveling to him, right? So this is al-Khabeer. Are there any questions? al-Khabeer, al-Musawwir. al-Musawwir هو المصور الأشياء ومراكبها ومشكلها على هيئات مختلفة وصور شتى. He's the one who fashions and forms things and puts them together and gives them a form and a shape in different appearances and different images and shapes and forms. Some are tall, some are short, some are beautiful, some are not so beautiful, some are male, some are female. And he's the one who creates he's the one who yusawwir an-nufus fil arham. He fashions the souls in the wombs. And al-Jabbaar, if we go back, هو الذي يقهر الجبابرة. He's the one who, al-Jabbaar, he's the one who overpowers everyone else who has this quality of being powerful and maybe a giant and a tyrant. وَيَغْلِبُهُمْ بِجَبَرُوتِهِ وَعَظَمَتِهِ. And he overtakes them and overpowers them with his strength and his greatness. وَكُلُّ جَبَّارٍ وَإِنْ عَظَمَ فَهُوَ تَحْتَ قَهْرِ اللَّهِ وَجَبَرُوتِهِ. And every person, every tyrant, no matter how big he is, no matter how big he is, no matter how great he is, he's under the power of Allah and his might and his strength. وَالْجَبَّارِ هو الذي يجبر القلوب المنكسرة والضعفاء والعاجزة وكل من لذ به ولجأ إليه. And he is the one who rectifies and brings about and fixes the, as we said, the word for cast comes from the same root, jim bara, right? He fixes, he mends the broken hearts, the weak, and those who are incapable. And everyone who seeks refuge in him and goes to him. Jabbar, and al-Jabbar, who he is al-Ali ala kulli shay. He is above and higher above everything. Jabbar who al-Mutakabbir, and he is the one who is greater. We don't want to say haughty or arrogant. This doesn't sound right. He is greater. An kulli su. He is bigger and greater than every evil. Wa naqs, or shortcoming. Wa an yakuna lahu nid. And he is greater than for there to be a rival to him, or a mathil, or someone similar to him. Wa sharik, or a partner with him. فَعَلَى الْعَبْدِ أَنْ يَحْذَرَ مِنَ التَّجَبُّرِ. So it's upon the person, the worshiper, to be careful, to beware of this tajabbur, of feeling that he's bigger and mighty. You're taller than your wife, you're taller than your kids, you're bigger than them, you're stronger than them, and so you're tough on them. But Allah is tougher, Allah is stronger, Allah is more powerful than you. وَأَنْ يَحْذُرَ مِنْ طَاعَةِ كُلِّ جَبَّارٍ عَنِيدٍ, and to beware of obeying every stubborn tyrant person. Any question about these three names? Destination could be a good word. For my could be a good word. Any questions about these three names? Inshallah ta'ala. Now we have 18 names. We're going to take a break, but you can read the book on your own. The PDF is in the first or second link video, first and second video of this playlist, as well as if you're in America and you want copies, then you can contact us, and we have a brother that has some copies. He can send them to you. I think they're like $3 with counting the mail, just counting basically the postage and buying a package and stuff like that. And I got a quick question before I go. I was thinking about doing the i'rab of Juz Tabarak. That was my idea. It requires us to do 10 lines of the Quran every day. Then I had another idea. Because we have 30 days in Ramadan, and there are 3 surahs in the Quran which have 30 ayat. What if we took those 3 surahs and did it on 3 different levels for those who have not memorized Surah Al-Fajr or want to do better in their memorization and understanding of Surah Al-Fajr? And we have Surah Al-Mulk, and we have Surah Al-Sajda. We could do all 3 levels and just do 1 ayat a day from every surah. Like those who want to enter the Fajr, someone could join all 3 of them. It wouldn't matter. But if they're trying to memorize it, memorize whichever one. They could memorize Al-Fajr or memorize Al-Mulk or Al-Sajda. But we could go over the meanings of that ayat, the meanings, the i'rab of those ayat, and some of the tafsir. So we could have like maybe 20 minutes, 20, 25 minutes for every ayat, maybe 30 minutes for every surah every day, just 1 ayat a day. Do that or do the i'rab of Juz Tabarak. This way, maybe everyone hasn't memorized Juz Tabarak, and therefore it might be, less benefit. Whereas maybe let's memorize a surah by memorizing 1 ayat a day. Surah Al-Mulk is something that we should recite at night. Surah Al-Fajr, something inside the last Juz Amma, which we should be memorizing anyway. Surah Al-Sajda is something we recite on Jummah mornings in Salat Al-Fajr, right? It's a sunnah, not to do it always, but it's a sunnah. So this could be done. You could memorize go learn the i'rab as well as the meanings and some of the tafsir. What do you guys think? You don't have to answer now. You can send it to me a message in the group or on the video, whatever the case might be. Let me know. It's quiet today. So we'll get off here. Inshallah ta'ala. We'll see you possibly tomorrow. If tomorrow's not Ramadan, then we'll see you with Umdatul Ahkam. طيب يا اخوان سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك اشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفرك واتوب اليك. السلام عليكم ورحمه الله وبركاته.